My name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga-Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, ATS Strike is request to meet with Prime Minister. More dengue fever cases expected this month. And 14-year-old boy commended for bravery in robbery gone wrong.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
A day after Prime Minister Bainimarama hit out at politicians and unionists for using ATS workers for their own political gain, the ATS Employers Trust responded, calling on the Prime Minister to meet and have a talk with the workers. Bainimarama yesterday declared the ATS strike illegal. However, ATSCT Secretary Vili Finau is requesting Bainimarama to witness the situation at hand and listen to the grievances of the ATS employees. Vili Finau says that as the leader of the people, Bainimarama should make time to create a dialogue with the workers who are camping outside the ATS headquarters. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Following the comments made by the Prime Minister yesterday, the ATS Secretary has called on Bainimarama to meet them while he is currently in the Western Division.
I would just like to say to the Honourable Prime Minister, please do the honourable thing and honour us with your presence by being there physically, just to come and listen to what we have to say and perhaps get a better idea and a better feel of just what we are going through at Air Terminal Services. We believe that we can come to a resolution in due course, and we hope sooner better than later.
However, Vorenge Bainimarama stated that Fijians should not buy into false promises from people such as high-earning trade union officials and opportunistic politicians.
We should not allow employees to be used by people with ulterior motives to breach the law and to prejudice the well-being and the best interests of the workers in all Fijians. We should not allow ordinary people to be used as tools for political gain. And we should not allow that behavior to stall our great journey forward.
And it's interesting to note that in the last couple of weeks, the Honourable Prime Minister drove past our camp 2 times to catch an international flight and to come back into the country. And not at any one of those times did he pop in to just say hello and just to be physically there as the leader of this country and the leader of his people. Mr. Biman Prasad, on the other hand, came in on an international flight a couple of weeks ago, and he took the time on the same day to visit our camp and to attend to the needs and just to offer assistance to the people.
The ATS saga is now into its 22nd day. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
An alleged aggravated robbery in Newtown, Nasinu last night resulted in a 14-year-old boy receiving stab wounds to his body, leaving his family sleepless and worried. The incident, which happened around 9 p.m. at the Novell Limited last night, saw 2 men entering the store and threatening employees with a knife. Kelly Vidala with this report.
14-year-old Misa Vakavaka will never forget the experience of having a knife being forcefully pushed against his left arm as he tried to stop one of the thieves.
I was working at the car wash last night, and since it was school holidays, I wanted to earn some money. While on duty, 2 guys came into the shop and wanted to rob us. They aimed at our cashier and she was screaming, so I ran in to help, and I got one of them. I held on to him, and then his partner came to me and stabbed me several times on the arm to let go, but the boys came to help.
Mrs. Mother says she's grateful her son is alive and is also proud of her son, who made an effort to try and help his work colleagues.
We got a call from the shop supervisor that something has happened to Misa. I was so worried and panicked. I just wanted to see my son, and I know if he's all right or not. He's always dear to me, and I can't even think of losing any of my kids. But he tried to help, and that's brave enough, but I'm glad he didn't get stabbed elsewhere. Otherwise, it would have been serious.
Robbers has been trying to rob it how many times now, and And because maybe there was not usual response from the police. They don't patrol.
Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitivelin Gilio has commended Mrs. bravery and says Fijians need to work together to fight crime. In a statement, he said Mrs. action certainly was very brave and the institution commends him for his courage, which led to the arrest of the suspect. While we don't want members of the public to be putting themselves in harm's way when confronted with such situations, Misa has proven to be a shining example of how there really is no barrier to how we can work together to help fight crime. Considering he is only 14 years and chose to do something to stop a crime from being committed is truly remarkable, and we know that he will certainly have a bright future ahead of him. Meanwhile, it's alleged the suspects were not able to steal money or any items from the shop. However, one of them was caught at the scene while the other is still on the run. Police investigations continue. Kelly Vatala, FBC News.
Residents in the north are advised to take the dengue fever outbreak seriously as more cases continue to be reported. Health Minister Rosie Akbar visited the north yesterday, meeting with health and local government stakeholders to discuss ways on controlling the outbreak.
A total of 873 cases of dengue fever was recorded from the north last year. In December alone, 350 cases were received, while the first week this month saw 15 cases being treated at the dengue fever hub in Lambasa. The numbers are expected to grow.
We have a dengue outbreak, and we've also had cases of typhoid, which is not uncommon. What we were concerned about was the rise of dengue cases in the north. So the team actually had updated us on the fact that dengue was sort of confined to the town boundaries.
The Health Ministry is intensifying its effort to ensure proactive measures are taken to destroy mosquito breeding places with the assistance from the public.
The response outbreak team is at the ground, led by the Divisional Medical Officer North, and they are trying to reach the villages that have been affected and those that have not been affected in trying to carry out community awareness. Because we believe that we need to actively involve families and communities to ensure that the breeding grounds of these dengue-carrying mosquitoes are destroyed.
Acting National Advisor for Communicable Diseases, Dr. Alisha Sahukan, has also confirmed to FBC News that despite a dengue fever outbreak, there has been no reports yet of Zika virus and chikungunya.
We do regular testing of our dengue fever samples that we receive from the divisions, including the negative samples for chikungunya and Zika virus. And to date, we have not received any positive cases from this Lambasa outbreak. So far, we confirm that it's dengue fever.
The public is advised to seek medical assistance if any symptoms of dengue fever arises. The symptoms consist of fever with joint or muscle pain, headache, pain behind the eyes, loss of appetite, rash and nausea or vomiting. The ministry says that the signs of a life-threatening complication of dengue fever include severe abdominal pain, persistent vomiting, fast breathing, unexplained bruising, bleeding gums, fatigue, restlessness and blood in vomit. Akusita Talei, FBC News.
Around 150,000 residents living in Nandi and Lautoka will be affected as a result of a major planned shutdown by the Water Authority from February 3rd to 6th next month. The planned water disruption is a result of a defective control valve and problems in the main transmission pipes that caused leakages and need urgent repairs at the Nanganda water treatment plant in Nandi. Pranita Prakash reports.
A month has been given to residents in Nandi and parts of Lautoka to store sufficient water during the 4-day planned water disruption.
Families, domestic customers, we are requesting for a 4-day shutdown period. They will be requiring around 200 liters of water for basic services like cooking and drinking. And apart from that, they need to store water for other purposes like washing, cleaning of dishes and clothes.
The Water Authority's board director says water tanks will also be provided and will be placed at strategic locations.
Water Authority will be putting in 100, 10,000 and 5,000 water tanks at about 100 locations in Nandi Lautoka area, strategic locations. So whereby domestic customers, if they run out for water during the shutdown, they could go to these locations to fill in water in their gallons or containers, and this list will be also available in the Water Authority website.
Water supply in the affected areas is expected to be gradually restored after the repairs.
For the repair, we have to empty all the pipelines from Vatru Dam up to the Nagandu. So that will take 6 hours, and repair time is 24 hours. And after the repair, we'll be putting the water back to the system. But it will take a lot of time because all the reservoirs and all the pipelines becomes empty when we do the shutdown. So we have to fill the pipelines and all the reservoirs. That will take about, say, 2.5 hours, 2.5 days to 3 days. So that is restoration. But part of the areas they will receive water, but some people finally they will receive water on Tuesday.
The Water Authority will ensure that during the shutdown period next month, there will be no interruption in the major services such as hospitals, schools, airport and hotels, as 100 water trucks will be deployed to cart water. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Water Authority has started the recruitment of its new chief executive. The position has been vacant since the termination of the former chief executive Opetera Ravai last month. Board Director Kamal Gandra says they are hoping that the new CEO will be on board in the next 3 to 4 months.
We'll be advertising shortly locally and also internationally to get the good technical and capable CEO for the Water Authority to take us in future.
Prison escapee Deshwar Kishore Dutt has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of escaping from lawful custody while appearing at a special court hearing at the Nandi Magistrates Court this afternoon. Dutt, who had escaped from police custody on December 15th last year, was arrested by a special police task force team on Wednesday at a mangrove swamp in Vunda Lautoka. Dutt has been charged with aggravated robbery, aggravated burglary, theft, escaping from lawful custody and serious assault. Dutt's plea for aggravated robbery and aggravated burglary and theft has been deferred as he wants to engage with the council. The matter has been adjourned to the 17th of this month. However, he pleaded not guilty to 1 count of escaping from lawful custody and 1 count of serious assault. This matter has been adjourned to March 5th. The matter has been transferred to the Lautoka High Court. Magistrate Mosese Naivalu has ordered Dutt to be taken to the Nambora Maximum Prison to serve his 15-year sentence for aggravated robbery. The sentence was handed in absentia as Dutt had earlier escaped custody at the Suva High Court in April last year, a day before his 15-year sentence. He was later arrested in May after a team of police officers foiled a robbery at a warehouse along the Nandi Back Road. Still to come, rural electrification project commissioned in Thailevu. And slight increase in price of school uniforms and stationeries. Details after the break.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na radio Fiji 1 and ndo moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti kombinasyon mo tikola ndo talita kana radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti.
Ayaw ko yazo sila tale. Nagurara may nawamanyi nandunga gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela na gudorongo barrongo na radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti.
Na radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
Kerosene lamp and even candles will be a thing of the past for Navuda and Koroto settlement. 32 households will begin 2018 with great comfort, security and convenience of reliable electric power.
I'm happy to get our power, electricity.
We're lucky to have been provided with power. It's not in our dreams that one day we will be provided with this kind of resources.
I'm happy because I'm going to study well.
This initiative will benefit more than 250 villages. Prime Minister Vorengen Bainimarama says this did not come easy as it took months and years of planning and effort to turn this into reality.
It takes bold and innovative thinking, sound fiscal management, investment in infrastructure, long hours, and steady persistence. And most importantly, it takes teamwork. So as Prime Minister, I would like to extend a very big level to those Fijians, those of you who gave their time, energy, and know-how to make this project happen.
This project is part of rural electrification program government is funding. This year alone, government has set aside $42.6 million to electrify homes in rural areas. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
There are less machines to develop and improve farm roads in the country. This was confirmed by Prime Minister Varenga Bainimarama while responding to a request made by Tailevu's Navidula village headman Simeone Vasudha. Few issues were raised by Vasudha during the Talanoa session with the Prime Minister yesterday. He says there's a need to have a kindergarten to cater for the preschool children in Navuda and Navuni Uto settlement and raised a few issues about bus services, including the condition of farm roads. Bainimarama says this is not the first time issues of farm roads have been raised. However, he says he'll try his best to find a solution.
Most places in this country needs their farm road to be upgraded, but we don't have enough machines. You should have asked the Commissioner for the machines that was used to upgrade this road.
With just over a week remaining for the new school year, parents and guardians continue in necessary preparations for their children. FBC News spoke to some parents in Suva City who find that prices of shoes and school uniforms seem slightly higher when compared to the previous years. Loata Wanivavalangi reports.
There have been mixed reaction from the parents on prices of school items as they prepare for another academic year.
It's a good quality of shoes, so it will be last for long. It's compared to the previous year, it's 114 because I always buy once a year. But today it's really, the price is really going up. It's 129 for one pair.
I'm comparing prices uniform-wise and footwear. I'm buying stuff for boarding school for my nephew. It's quite expensive, but stationery-wise, prices are quite cheaper. Yeah, but for boarding school, it's quite expensive to send your kids to boarding school. But apart from that, yeah, prices are very high.
Came from Lambasa in Mbagwan and Company. It's cheap compared to Lambasa price.
Comparing prices in terms of uniforms, there has been a slight increase.
Meanwhile, the Consumer Council says they are keeping an eye on the traders to ensure customers don't get cheated.
Just to have a fair idea of what's happening in the marketplace and also to compare the prices with the last year as compared to this year. So we have that kind of statistics, and we just want to inform the parents that they need to keep the receipts. They must ask for a receipt because you don't know what can happen to the bag or the shoe that you're going to buy. And in case you face any problem with the products you buy, particularly in terms of quality.
Parents are urged to make informed choices when it comes to back-to-school shopping. The new academic year starts on January the 15th. Lawata Wangani Vavalangi, FBC News.
Most parents are making the most of what's left from the school holidays by teaching and reinforcing basic road safety rules with their children. With roads expected to be busy and traffic to be at its peak, parents and guardians have made plans to take time off work and accompany their children on the first day of school. Kelly Vadala reports.
Many parents will be busy preparing children's stationeries ready for a new school year. However, for some, an important part of preparation is to ensure children know their road rules and reminded to adhere to it.
I'll be looking forward to taking my kids to their first day in class to make sure that they are safe, they know their road safety rules.
I actually intend to take my leave from the first day of school so that I make sure they arrive at school safely.
Drivers are advised to drive carefully on our roads and keep a lookout for children who will be using most of the crossing points when school starts.
Just take a look out on the smaller ones and yes, just to be safe on the road. Yeah, drive smartly and follow the road safety rules.
My parents taught me about road safety, so I think I'll be going to school alone this year.
Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusati Tundravu says there will be an increase in police visibility on roads during the start of the first school term.
We will be there to provide school patrols and traffic movements and to all the schools that are near the roads, and we have already planned that, and we expect a full turnout of our police officers again as the schools start this year.
Police will be working with the Land Transport Authority to ensure that drivers adhere to the road rules. Meanwhile, school is expected to start on the 16th of this month. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
Up ahead in sports, first CBC match ends in 0-0 draw. And Suva 10's competition held a success. All this after the break.
Moala radada ranavika, o tikongona taunu singatoka, ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuli kurna bili. Ibora ni batu kara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
The first match of the Pillay Government's champion versus champion football series between Lambasa and Lautoka ended in a 0-0 draw today in the north. The home side tried its best to close off Subrel Park with a win for its fans, but former Bambasinga line Christopher Wasasala and the Blues would not budge. The second match is scheduled for Churchill Park next weekend and could be a do or die for both sides gunning for the title of local champions. The Suva Rugby Union hosted a tense competition today to recruit players for upcoming events for the rest of the year. 16 teams in the capital participated in the competition. Luciana Tangidakimbao has more.
2018 will be one of the toughest years for Suva Rugby, with tough competition expected from other local teams. Suva Rugby Union Media Officer Pedeli Nalangi says the main objective of the competition is to recruit new and talented players to represent the capital in local competitions.
A panel of selectors with our head coach and assistant coach from last year, 2017, both in the grounds today, going around the 3 pitches to try and identify the potential players that could be playing for Suva in the FRU 10's competition next week.
16 teams from a total of 60 clubs in the union participated in today's competition. Dernder Nalangi says they will only choose the best players from these participating teams.
30 players will be selected today, and they'll be advised to come in training from Monday, as that's the same week we're having the competition here at the BDS ground.
Meanwhile, Army Red head coach Ulayasi Rambesa says his team is more focused on the rest of the rugby season ahead.
The main focus for the team Army, our weaknesses last year, we didn't retain the escort seal, and that is one of our main focus, to get back the escort seal and also to retain the main competition. The end of the competition is the Iskuna Bowl.
The Shipping Services Suva Stallion team has won the 10th competition against Murray's Old Boys 10 points to 5 this afternoon. The Suva Rugby officials is yet to announce the team. Luciana Tangidakimbao, FBC Sports.
More youths are expected to be part of this year's Island Breeze Rugby Plus Clinic, an organisation formed to develop grassroots rugby. International Director Wanga Baravilala says this year will be slightly different from past years. Luciana Tangidakimbao reports.
The Rugby Plus Clinic has helped players and youths in the communities achieve their goals on and off the field. International Director Wanga Baravilala says the main aim is to look at the players' welfare.
To focus on what are some of those issues that we can help with, that we can suggest or talk around a round table, and throw in ideas and thoughts on how these participants can go back to their clubs and implement those things to help them grow.
Wanga adds they have been overwhelmed with the huge response from the communities
About this innovation.
Meanwhile, Rugby Plus chief guest Aquila Nado says villagers from the most rural areas in Overlau sacrifice commitments just to attend the clinic.
Here we had this similar program in Ra. It was the first of its kind in Vitilevu. We had some kids walk 5 to 7 hours from inland after having heard of it. Through the grapevine in the interior of Netasiri and Ra, they walk 5 to 7 hours just to be part of it.
Majority of the participants in the past years are now playing at international level with the help of the Rugby Plus, reaching out to communities to showcase their talent. The Rugby Plus will be held in Rukuruku village in Levuka from tomorrow until next week Friday. Luciana Tangitha-Kimbao, FBC Sports.
The Suva Cricket Association has started their competition with more than 10 teams in contention. Fiji Cricket General Manager says they're preparing teams for major tournaments. Luciana Tangitha-Kimbao once again.
The Suva Cricket has started preparing for major tournaments for this season. Fiji Cricket President Seto Kingaluvakandua says the Suva team is trying to expand cricket to other areas.
Western Division, which is Nandi. We have a development officer based in Nandi, and we'll be looking at expanding it to Lotok. So these are the two areas that we intend to improve our development this year.
Setoki adds it will be an exciting year for cricket since they will also participate in major competitions.
The whole of Cricket Fiji for 2018, we have about 3 international tournaments that we'll be looking at for this year.
Meanwhile, Pakistani player Mohammad Makki says he's honored to participate in the Suva's cricket competition.
Second season with Punjabi Tiger, and I'm very happy to be a part of this team. The guys are very struggling. The guys are playing very good cricket, and thanks for the Suva Cricket Association who providing us that much good ground.
The Suva cricket competition will go on for the next 10 weeks before the final competition in May. Luciana Tangitha-Kimbao, FBC Sports.
18-year-old Fijian defender Scott Wara has made his debut for his English football team while on loan from Stoke City. He's on loan in the 6th tier of English football and has already played twice for his new club. Wara started against Newcastle Town and almost scored 4 points to 2 win for his club. He was born in Lautoka but grew up in England and has yet to make a decision on his international future. He has already played for Stoke City under-23s in the EFL Trophy, a tournament where they play teams from the 3rd and 4th tier of English football. It's been a wonderful Saturday, really strong sunshine in the hood with all this sunshine. Taking a greater look around the nation today, in the west, mostly clear with sunshine, making everything look so beautiful. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, more of the same. We could expect some showers later tonight though. And up north, mostly clear up here with no sign of any rain for the day. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 10:13 with low tide tomorrow morning at 4:41. Sunrise will be at 6:37. Now for tomorrow, there is light rain indicated for parts of the nation. Tomorrow's temperatures, Nandi and Savasavu will be moderate with highs of 30 degrees. And as for the further outlook, you can expect rain. It could get heavier as we get into the evening. Recapping the main stories, ATS strikers request to meet with Prime Minister. More dengue fever cases expected this month. And 14-year-old boy commended for bravery in robbery gone wrong. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we're asking, were you happy with the police patrol over the festive season? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News, or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची FM is #1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नायर रेफ्रिकी से। मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम, it's hot.